Welcome back, Focus Learners. Okay, so today's explainer is going to fundamentally change how you interact with technology. We are breaking down a recent YouTube video description for a really revolutionary new course from the AI Bridge Foundation. It's called AI as Your Superpower. Now, if you've ever worried that artificial intelligence is, maybe making us all just a little bit lazier, you are definitely in the right place today. We're going to explore how to stop letting technology make you passive and start using it to literally turbocharge your brain. Let's get right into the data. 90%. Let that sink in for a second. According to the source video we're looking at today, right now, 90% of teens are using AI simply to avoid thinking. And honestly, if we take a step back, it kind of makes complete sense. I mean, why would anyone willingly struggle with a really complex math problem when ChatGPT can hand you the exact answer in, 2 seconds? Why sweat over a blank page when an algorithm can just write a perfectly structured essay in a flash? But man, there is a massive hidden cost to taking that shortcut. Here's our roadmap for this explainer so you know exactly where we're going. First, we'll cover the trap. Second, crutch versus multiplier. Third, the 8 core skills. Fourth, we'll meet Ari. And fifth, we'll wrap up with a note for parents.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the trap.
So, we need to clearly identify the immediate problem with how teens, and frankly a whole lot of adults, are interacting with AI today. We see these common prompts all the time. Write my essay, solve this problem, summarize this chapter. You type it in, you copy the output, you paste it, and you hit submit. Done, right? In the moment, these prompts feel incredibly productive. You got the task done. But actually, scratch that, they are a complete trap. They're training users to become entirely dependent on a tool. You get the final output, sure, but you are completely bypassing the internal cognitive work that's required to actually grow.
Which brings us to a really harsh reality. Every time you let AI think for you, your own skills get weaker. Taking that 2-second shortcut means you are learning absolutely nothing. You might feel powerful because the assignment is out of the way, but training yourself to rely entirely on a machine is the exact opposite of powerful. It is, quite literally, cognitive atrophy.
So how are schools dealing with this? Well, usually by either banning AI entirely or just ignoring it. And spoiler alert, both approaches are failing miserably. Banning it just doesn't work. Teens are professional workaround finders for sure. They'll just use their phones under the desk. And ignoring it is honestly just as bad because it means students are left to develop these terrible, dependent habits with absolutely zero guidance. But the AI Bridge Foundation video points out a third option. Instead of banning it or ignoring it, we have to proactively teach teens to use it the right way.
All right, shifting gears to Section 2, crutch versus thinking multiplier.
This right here is the optimistic turning point of our explainer. It's the foundational philosophy behind the AI Bridge Foundation's whole course. They call it the multiplier approach. It's about using AI as a thinking partner to make your thinking stronger, rather than using it as a crutch that just does the work for you. That is the fundamental difference you really need to take away from this. Think about it. A crutch holds you up because your own leg is weak, but a multiplier, it amplifies the strength you already have. The goal of this free course for 13 to 17-year-olds isn't to give them a magical homework machine, it's to equip them with a true cognitive amplifier.
Now what's really interesting is the shift in dynamics here. Instead of the lazy crutch approach like AI, write my essay, you actually become an active sparring partner. You say, here's my argument, poke holes in it. Do you see the difference in that prompt? It's huge. You still have to do the heavy lifting of thinking. You still have to actually formulate the argument. But now you've got a world-class debate partner stress-testing your logic so you can refine your own ideas.
And we see the exact same powerful shift when it comes to problem solving. Instead of demanding, AI, solve this problem, you change the prompt to, I'm stuck at step 3, what concept am I missing? This simple, tiny tweak in how you talk to the AI completely transforms the entire interaction. It allows students to use the tool to quiz themselves, to actively locate their own knowledge gaps, and to build genuine foundational understanding. It's the exact same tool, but a completely different, totally empowering outcome.
Okay, let's look at how this is applied. Section 3, the 8 core skills.
So, the YouTube video takes this high-level philosophy and breaks it down into very practical, everyday topics. Let's start with Phase 1, internal learning. First, you use AI as a study partner to break down hard concepts and self-test, without ever just copying an answer. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, you learn research and catching mistakes. AI hallucinates and gets things wrong constantly, so you have to learn how to critically evaluate whatever it hands you. And third is problem decomposition.
That's learning how to take a massive, terrifying assignment and slice it into small, manageable pieces you can actually tackle one by one.
Once you've got the internal learning down, you move right into phase 2, execution and output. Step 4 focuses on authentic writing, meaning how to brainstorm and edit while keeping your writing authentically yours. Step 5 is brilliant. It's about building math and science intuition. This focuses on learning the actual process, rather than just the final answer, so you can actually pass a real exam when the AI isn't sitting right there with you. And step 6 is creative collaboration. That's using AI as a brainstorming buddy for projects you actually care about, all while maintaining your total creative ownership.
Finally, we hit phase 3, systemic application. Step 7 is all about building AI workflows. This is where students graduate from basic prompts to actually designing their own prompt templates and complex multi-step systems. And the whole shebang builds up to step 8, the capstone project. This is where students pick a real-world problem, whether it's in their personal life, their school, or their community, and they use their new cognitive amplifier to actually go out and solve it.
Which leads us to section 4. Meet Ari the mentor. Look, going through 8 complex skills requires some serious guidance, and that's where Ari comes in. Ari is a highly adaptive AI built directly into the course platform, and let me tell you, Ari completely breaks the molds of what we've come to expect from a standard chatbot. First off, Ari actually remembers you across sessions, which creates this continuous, evolving learning relationship. Second, Ari absolutely refuses to do the work for you. No way. If you ask for the answer, Ari pushes back and asks why. Ari actively challenges service-level thinking and provides real, actionable exercises instead of just, spitting out a giant wall of text for you to read.
And this brilliantly illustrates how customizable the whole experience is. Ari adapts entirely to the student's style. Need a relaxed guide? Choose the casual older sibling vibe. Want to get yelled at just a little bit so you actually finish your homework? Switch over to coach mode. Or if you want to learn chemistry translated entirely into Gen Z slang, you can literally select full teen slang. And hey, if you're really struggling and just need a softer touch, select patient and gentle. The user tailors the environment directly to what they need in that exact moment to learn best. It's a real game changer.
And finally, section 5, a note for parents.
We know this rapidly changing technology is incredibly daunting for families who just want to do the right thing. But the reality is your teen is already using AI. The question isn't whether they use it, the real question is whether they're going to use it well. Based on the Foundation's video, here is the safety checklist for this course. First, it is 100% free forever. Second, it was built by the AI Bridge Foundation, which is a registered 501c3 nonprofit. Third, the curriculum tackles academic integrity directly and honestly. Plus, there are absolutely no hidden upsells and no user data is sold. It really is the safest, most honest way to ensure your teens build real critical thinking skills without any hidden catches.
So, what does this all mean? Well, it leaves us with one ultimate question. Will you use AI to avoid thinking or to think better? It's a choice we literally all have to make every single time we open up one of these tools. We have to stop using AI to sidestep the productive struggle of learning and start using it as our superpower. Thanks for diving into this explainer with me, focused learners. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and I will see you next time.